So today I am going to tell you how to make your mind sharp like torrent. Watch the video till the last if you are new the channel or the first time my channel visit. Please subscribe friends. Let's start the topics. There was one woodcutter he used to cut wood daily slogging it out the hot sun sweetings. The comes company employs another woodcutter has built shirts employees to hire another woodcutters as well the second woodcutter used to cut more than the first as a result of the after 1 year the company increased his salaries. The first woodcutter complained, I have been working so long these times. I'm working so after 3-5 years ago your company has been working so long in this organization and you have increased his salary more than mine. They side look we or production oriented. He is cutting double the trees that you are cutting and you also increase your performance will increase your salary more than his. So he tried harder and harder but he was not able to increase his production. So he want to dance and decide how does he cut so many to 3 trees daily basis. This side my don't view asking why and ask the second lumberjacks how to do you it's day at lumberjack side every time I cut a trees I take a 5 minute break in which I sharpen my saw. You do you sharpen your saw in the other ones? First ones I know I just keep hitting and hitting side that is the mistake. You need to sharpen your saw. Similarly, you are the working in the world. You are running from the morning till night from crisis management to problem to difficulty to solutions or conflict and home and the office amongst that relatives with the people in the India offers the phones by sky, but all these conflict resolution acts that you keep doing requires your ones invention of conclusions. The more subminds conclusions you're being to bears on your task your work your issue the most efficient you will be. So do you take time to sharpen your saw? Do you take time to improve your mind thought? Sadhana Swami years so busy don't have time that is this problems. It is like that lumberjack your lecture tell us that log you need to do sadhana on daily basis just like your exercise. Now is modern day occupation and profession people are also doing sedentary work through the day you have to sit in your office all day long. So people realize if I continue this lifestyle I will fail. Psych, I need to take out whole 1 horse to 1 hour on a daily basis to exercise and maintain my health. The biggest cases for an ill health is a lack of exercise and biggest solution in the exercise. Whatever you do, the yoga, sons of the walk, a sons of the exercises, a gym, anything will help, but a mountain, your physically health. You do need exercise. You how don't exercise 24 hours a day. You now exercise for a little portions that help you thought. The day what about the exercise for the mind. The mind is subjective wear and tears because you are handling the world that is way attachment that hatred the hankerings the awareness the distraction all is going to happen when you live in the world. Now for sometimes you need to enhance the quality of your mind and thought. Otherwise, then you will say, well, bad thoughts coming to your me always because you are not and weaving to purify the mind. So simply, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, wake the escape language. I do sadhana in the isolation. Even the Bible says when the crisis enter, I close it is the locate. I do what is the ideas of that the world should not to be able to distract you. Did isolation. Even if 50 people are sitting for sadhana and the world is not distracting, that is isolation. You have heard from me in the past of example of milk and water. If you take milk and pour in the water, it mix in the milk, does not have a strength to maintain its sun. I delighted, and when it is an education with water, how you now you do something to milk, keep it separated from the water, and in isolation you transform it into yogurt. Now turn the yogurt and extract button. This button is now measurable. It will sit on the water and float. It will challenge the water minister waters. You can do nothing to me as long as I was milking would dilate my concentrations. People would throw me away in Indians restaurant. Waiter cases double. I play go now play stores and my applications royally download now. And let's start now. Restaurant water case in iOS plays funny. My letters grossiers gross caps. But now pool jar, you can do nothing to me because separated from your transformer myself into butter, into batter. How become butter? By strings separated from the water, like the milk is your minds, like the water is the world. When you live in the world, the mind become diluted by it, and if you wish to make it invisible for sometimes, you keep the world away. This is the principle of sadhana institution. This is the sadhana friends, principle of the sadhana in isolation. Thank you. Subscribe the channel.